Hello, Jeet.
Hey Mac, how are you?
So good. We're nearing the end of 2025, and I'm so excited just to have the opportunity to be on camera with you and share all that we've been through, all that we've grown, and all that we've done in 2025 together, and then also get a pulse on where we're headed in 2026.
Yeah, and I'm so glad to have this conversation with you. Definitely for our employees, they're going to get a bit of reflection from my side and also the exciting things that we are about to create in 2026. So I'm so glad to have this conversation with you.
Okay, so looking back on 2025, what were some of the biggest challenges you and In Time Tech faced, both internally and externally?
Yeah, so you can see our industry, IT, technology, software development is going through a churn. AI has AI has created this different way of doing things, right? We are in a different field and it's a level playing field for everybody. So I'm so excited about that, by the way, for what we are having in the marketplace. But since you asked me about the challenges, one of the things is everybody's talking about AI. Everybody's saying, oh, I have an AI strategy. But very few people are able to find opportunities, implement those opportunities, and into real solutions, and also provide a real value to customers and partners. So for us, I think we are looking at how do we differentiate ourselves, right? How do we make ourselves known and valuable because everybody's talking about and you just get lost in the crowd. So our challenges has been first creating an AI strategy that differentiate ourselves, making sure our workforce is aligned with that AI strategy, right? Making sure it is sustainable, stable, scalable to make sure that it's not a one off conversation or one off strategy. So that's one major one we are going through. Second, our traditional software development business has been declined for right reasons. Again, because what used to take us 10 days to do, now you can do it in a day. And I want it to decline, by the way, because I don't want us to continue to do how we used to do traditional software development. So now we are having this chasm, the chasm between how we used to do traditionally the old way and legacy with to the new way of doing the software development and everything that we are offered to our partners now. And so short-term blip, like having a decline, and then eventually we are already seeing the uptick and uptrend. So there is a little challenge. How do you manage the workforce? How do you retrain the workforce? How you realign the workforce? All of that is going through. So in 2025, AI has created a different kind of a conversation. It provides a level playing field for everybody. We are coming up to differentiating ourselves, coming with the solutions and services and others as we go along. We can talk more about that. And then making sure that we align our workforce and our company according to our long term strategy of AI.
Were there any ways this year tested our commitment to creating abundance?
Yeah, definitely. I just share with you about because of our workforce was on a legacy based. Now we need to do we need to do things in a new way. So we stand for creating opportunities for those who don't have opportunities but want to have opportunities. Creating abundance is that's how I define. So we had a real conversation with our employees that okay, are you performing? Are you performing at the level that this company need and you need to show up? And if you are not performing, then we should not be together. So one side we have a commitment to creating abundance of opportunities and job growth and possibilities. The other side we wanted to make sure that we are fiscally responsible, financially responsible. We have right revenue stream to support that kind of workforce. So it has been tested, and so we had to realign our workforce. In fact, we have been we have gone down. We went down on the number total headcount, which we used to have on the US side as well as on the India side. So we are lesser number of people working for our company now than what it was in 2024, end of the 2024. But we just ask them, are you going to be that kind of person and that kind of a workforce who would take it on the next set of challenges that are ahead of us. And if you are, you should stay. If you are not, then you should move on. And we had a conversation, and based on that, we have a new setup, new structure of the workforce. So if you ask me what challenges we have faced to make sure that we have the right people working for the company, and also having a revenue stream that can support those right people. And if you are not one of those, getting the wrong people, not wrong people as wrong people, they are great human beings, like wonderful, wonderful human beings, but maybe not right fit for our company. So this is a Jim Collins good to great conversation, getting the right people on the bus, getting wrong people off the bus, and giving right people and putting them in the right seat. So that has been the work we have gone through, and it definitely tested everybody around our management team, our leadership team, the board, and we came out strong. We are much stronger than what we were in the middle of the year.
Got it. Thank you. Um, Technically, how did our revenue and growth compare to previous years? And were
Yeah,
there any surprises?
yeah, definitely. If you look at our 2009, I started this company. Right? In fact, 2008, we registered. Um, till 2017, we didn't even cross $10 million revenue. Then we grew a little bit. We were about 10-ish before COVID. The year of COVID, 2019, we closed the year with $10 million. 2020, 13, 2021, 22, 2022, $33 million. So we grew very fast. From 10 to $33 million, we pretty much doubled the company every year. Right? So our CAGR, compound annual growth rate, has been before this last 3 years where we have a more of a stagnated growth. And I'll talk about that, what has been the case. So we grew about 28.5%. Earlier we were 33%. So you asked me about how it has been this year. This is the year because 2023 and 2024, we did not grow at all. In fact, 2024, we declined by about 8%. So this is the first year when we went up by about 9%. We grew from 33 and a half ish to $38 million globally. We're going to close. So we are back onto the growth trajectory, and we'll talk about next year what we are expecting out of it. So we have grown in terms of our the revenue stream, the category of the revenue, the scope of the revenue, the global and non-US revenue, product revenue. So we have grown healthy, right? While our services business has declined, other I would say departments and other verticals have grown. Software solution has went up, it doubled. Non-US business pretty much grew by 80%, if not almost doubled. Our product business grew. Katos suite of the product that we are building, Arrow suite we are building, Next-Gen AgTech has been stabilized now this year. That is been growing. We have also have few companies that we can talk about. We have taken a stake, 50% stake in those companies. But there were no surprises. I don't feel any surprises were there. And yet, with regards to our revenue, we grew. I was not even expecting to grow any growth on the revenue side, and yet we grew. So maybe there was a surprise, but it was a pleasant surprise that we grew this year than what we were expecting in the start of the year.
Great. That's awesome. Do you want to touch back on stagnation? You mentioned that. Do you want to
Yes,
touch back on that a little
yeah, a
bit?
little bit. I think
Okay.
because if you think about 2022, we hit $33 million. 23, 24, 25, this is the year when we again grew. But 23, 24, the entire industry, IT, technology, software development, all of this industry, everybody laid off people. Like there was a fatigue after COVID because people hired number of people And Salesforce, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon. You talk about large companies, they all let people go. And so there was a whole realignment in the industry, and that has an effect on us as well too. So the stagnation was we have people hired too many people because of there was a demand on technology side during the COVID time. The industry was getting a lot of free money, but the interest rate went up, the need for technology went down, and that has created stagnation in our company as well. So 23, 24, we didn't grow, we little declined, and so that was the case. And I wanted to grow every year because that's how, as an entrepreneur and a leader, I wanted to be. But then I accepted that as a reality because the headwinds that was there, that was beyond our control at a macro level. It was beyond anybody's control, and we got better internally at a micro level. We became a lot more effective. We got time to adjust our processes and tools. We became a lot more frugal. Like our expenses went down because we wanted to make sure that our investment went up. Expenses and investment are two different things. So we managed our expenses while we doubled down on some of the investments, and so that stagnation was well expected, and it made us a better company. And now we are back onto the growth trajectory.
Awesome, Jeet. Do you want to talk about any key wins or anchor moments that shined through this year?
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay.
I think so I'll talk few in the US side and few internationally, what happened in our business. So let's talk about the US side first. I think what I see in our business now, it was so before 2021, we were only one vertical company. That was services business. We used to provide software services to people, and that's all what we used to do. I think we embarked on a new journey, and that we call it a software solutions business. Software solutions business was more of a business where we have a time material, fixed bid. People ask us to develop something, but it was well defined and wrapped around a timeline and a money. And we started exploring because before that, we hadn't done that kind of work because it was always about augmented capacity, take on a project, and you keep going. So that opened up a new door for us. So we were just kind of doing few things around software solutions. This is the first year where we have got quite a few projects. We became extremely efficient about finding those opportunities, for fulfilling the conversation around providing the POs, providing the SOWs, providing the requirements back to the people, and defining the architecture, creating the possibilities for our partners. So the speed on the scope has been the shiny, star for me. Shiny. I would say the point you asked me what shiny
The anchor?
anchor,
Yes.
right? So one of
Uh-huh.
those that I really celebrate this year, that our software solutions business has become a lot better, and because of that, we have been winning quite a few projects in state of Idaho with the state of Idaho in Idaho. We call it in Idaho for Idaho. We opened up our presence in Washington, in Oregon, now in Nevada. We are looking at it in Arizona, and I'll talk about the second anchor and a highlight of this year. So that's one. Software solutions business has become a lot better, effective, efficient, and profitable. We in fact doubled the revenue around software solutions. The second, I call it on the US side 49 state strategy. So earlier we were again in Idaho, predominantly an Idaho-based company when it comes to software services. We have taken on a journey that we would like to have presence in every other states of the United States of America. So having that, in the country, I just take a lot of pride about providing every state of United States of America presence for in time tech. So we have taken on 10 states this year. I can list it out for our audience and viewers. But then, if you really want to get to know the details, we are going to capture them in our write-up. So 10 states, and we are going to take on another 10 states in coming 2026. My goal is that by 2030, In Time Tech will be in every state. And then they'll be rolled into different regions of the US. So that's another shiny highlight of our creation this year. When it comes to the non-US side of it, I think I've been sharing about that we are in 8 locations now, and our Australia business grew, our Korea business grew, India business grew. I'll come back to India in a minute. Our UAE, Dubai business grew, Saudi Arabia business grew, the Netherlands business grew. In fact, the Netherlands doubled its revenue this year. Out of all the other non-US geographical locations, the European business and then the Netherlands, which we located in Eindhoven, grew pretty significantly. We doubled the revenue. So that has been the case. Along with that, I want to talk about India as a country and the region. We have a strong presence, large presence over there. We have about 800 employees working in India right now. We have taken a 50% stake in 2 different companies. We call it a RackNap. It's a marketplace solution, cloud marketplace solutions. So we have been building ITT RackNap, and we won quite a few projects in Asia Pacific right now, and then we are just expanding ourselves into Middle East and European market, and then we are about to launch ITT RackNap Americas as a separate entity in 2026. In January, we are launching that product here, and that's very exciting. Along with that, there was another company. Its name is ZNet, and it's a distribution company. So security software, cloud and security are the 2 main focus, along with the AI, and we are incorporating them into, again, cloud and security. The world is shifted from single instant desktop, my view, to anytime, anywhere, and any device view. So everything is on cloud, and you better be secure on the cloud. Otherwise, the bad elements are out there to create challenges for people. So we have been selling Akamai solution over there, Acronis. These are the cloud security softwares. The distribution is big. It's about $5 million business right now. Our goal is to double that revenue next year. So taking a 50% stake in both ITT RackNap and also ZNet, our partner over there. His name is Monish. And so we started that. He has been entrepreneur also too. Started the company in 2009, and combining those forces. In Time Tech, which is, we are solid in product development. The leadership team that we have got, the efficient and effective way of doing things. We are operationally excellent, and we have a focus on operational excellence, and along with the global presence. Those were our highlights. Along with what he has been doing in India for the last 15 years, our presence in India was next to nothing except our development center. But now, because of ZNet and ITT RackNap, not only we can develop software, but we can deploy software in India. We are selling solutions in India. And this will be one of the fastest growing region or geography or country for us in coming years. So both US side having software solutions and 49 state strategy, along with our non-US geography expansions and India strategy through ZNet and ITT RackNap, are very exciting for us.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Absolutely.
go. Let's talk about the leadership, who you're developing, how you're developing, the people who surround you, and how that is working for In Time Tech.
Yeah. See, our company is not single vector anymore, right? It has a multi-vector, multi-facade, multi-dimensional scope of In Time Tech. A company that I envisioned in 2008 sitting in my Bangalore apartment, right? Coming out from my childhood, scarcity and poverty, to having a vision of building an organization and enterprise that create possibility and abundance on this planet. It was a dream of a little kid, which got realized in that apartment when I registered intimetech.com domain name. I think since then, I've been on the journey of multiplying myself through other people. I knew this undertaking should not, cannot, will not stop with me because I can only make that much impact. Right? Creating an impact, even the book that I talked about, like the book that I've wrote and the thing that I talked about in that book is about how do you multiply yourself? How do you enroll people? So for me, it has been the journey. I started with myself, and then I found four other like-minded people: Sandeep, Dane, Matt, Rakesh. They believed in me. They believed in the vision that I had for myself and for this world. And they say, wow, that always our vision too. We wanted to make a difference on this planet, and then we just came together. So that was the first set of people I built. And so in 2025, I expanded that. In fact, we have been expanding this, but more so formalizing a board where we added two people on the US side, more so than what we have done in the past, and two more people on the India side. So those 5 people team, now we have 9 people team, right? We have Michelle and Cody on the US side, and Sunal and Vijaya on the India side, and that is my core team that I surrounded myself with most of the time because that's a leadership team, and each of them has a clear role and objective and goal and vision and a dream, right? So Jane take care of software solutions business. Matt take care of I call him a COO, chief operating officer. So all the things that happen on the India side, on the US side, he manages all of this along with the product business. Michelle is our services leader, and Cody is our VP of technology. He's a hardcore guy who really take care of the technology things. On the India side, same way. Sandeep is my COO over there. He takes care of all the things over there, along with the India business and non-US geographies. Rakesh is our CTO, global CTO, and technology thing come under him. And then Sunal, he was managing our center over there. And I just changed his role. He's going to lead ZNet that I talked about 50% ownership. So he will be our general manager of ZNet business. Just like general manager, Dan is our software solutions, and Michelle is general manager of services business. He will be that of a ZNet business. And Vijaya, she will be a general manager of ITT Ragnar business, which is a product business we just started working on and started expanding around the globe. So that's my first set of leaders. Then I call it next set of leader, call them Build ID Future, right? Both side, we have about 15 people on each side. They are the next set of directors and senior leaders. They really come along, and they all report to these leaders and forward the conversation. Then I have non-US geographies. And also we have like people on the US side that we've been expanding with the partnership team, that whether it is Next Gen AgTech or AeroSuite, and also all the other partners in Australia, Korea, and Dubai and Saudi and Netherlands and whatnot, right? All of these people is also my set of leaders, those who are expanding the business and extending the conversation around the globe. So first set of my board, then Build ID Future, then other geographical leaders and other people that who are really taking on creating abundance as their own creation now. And then we have a next set of leaders, right? That's the structure. Now, how do I go about? We have board meetings. We call them an offsite meeting. People call them a retreat. I don't call them a retreat. I call them more of a leadership development offsite meetings because there's no treat in that. There is a lot of work in those things. So we go and meet. So we did in March. 37 of us were in Dubai, and then we went to a place in very close to Dubai on a sea coastal area where we had a 4 days leadership offsite development, global leadership offsite meeting. Then I've been really taking them to Ranthambore. We went a couple of times to McCall. In fact, next week we are going again to McCall, both board and Build ID Future and the next set of management team, ITT, US managers. They all are going to join, and we are going to grind ourselves for 3 days for better and for good reasons. And so those are my ways of developing, because I know we need many more leaders. Speed of the leader is always the speed of the team. And so I've been investing my time and energy and resources since 2008, finding like-minded people, finding capable people, finding hungry people, finding people who have given their life to creating abundance, and bring them into this arena where we are playing so much, playing full out, right? And the world is coming to watch the game.
So awesome,
Yeah.
Jeet.
I just enjoy the conversation and both what we are talking about and also what's happening in the company.
So much.
Yeah, so much.
So even with this global reach and the system of leadership, also there's a very important and impactful personal touch in the community. Can you talk a little bit about the community service, how we show up in the community, and what that means to In Time Tech and you?
Yeah. Creating abundance is the foundation, is the platform, is the mindset, is the vision, it's the dream, it's the commitment. That is all through which I do everything. So, community is an important part of the equation because you won't create abundance for, let's say, this couch and this table. The non-living things don't need abundance. They don't need opportunities. Only human beings, living entities need opportunities. So for me, I start with myself. Am I whole and complete always? Am I vibrant? Am I complete? Am I the kind of person that I want to be? So for me, I start with that. That's because you cannot make an impact out there in the community until you take care of yourself, because I'm the part of the community. Right? You're changing the world, but you're not changing yourself. Right? So that's first and foremost the impact that I make, taking care of myself, and that is aligned with my commitment toward the communities that we live in. Me is good, then world is good. Then I extend it to my families, Viju, kids, then extended to family, and then in Time Tech, all the leadership team. And once that is all done, then we go to partners, partners, client partners, right? We have been making an impact. We have been aligning our strategy with them. We are just saying ROI or don't pay. That's creating abundance for them. That if we don't create possibilities and we don't deliver value that we have committed to create, we won't charge you. And so that's the difference that we make. Now, community as a real community that we really think about, and we are going to talk about that, is a very important part of the equation. And the way we make an impact on that is identifying things that are very much aligned with us. So on the US side, and I can talk about other places, but overall, we are looking for places where people don't have opportunities. Those who would like to have opportunity but don't have opportunity, how do we create opportunities? Breaking chains. Like we have one other organization based out of Nampa. These kids don't have opportunities, right? And they really want to have opportunities, and they want to have a second chance. So supporting that organization, we work with that organization over there in Nampa. Women innovators, creating SheTags, and we always support them because, again, from high school, from colleges, from industry, the people who are working, and even people who are retired, from college to retired, the women, how do we support them? So we have taken on that as a possibility. The entrepreneurs, Boise Entrepreneur Week, we are one of the sponsors over there. We give Creating Abundance Award to an idea that really have a potential to create an impact and creating abundance on this planet. So those are the kind of things we do. Another one is Idaho Technology Council. We are one of the members of it because that's a tech conversation, and it allows and enable people to have access to capital, access to resources, talent, and also creating a possibility for the communities. Those are the things which we do when it comes to our impact in the community. Same way on the India side and other places, we always we get aligned. There are few organizations on the India side that we have been working, again, on technology side, human side, colleges. Whenever I go to colleges to speak to next generation of the people, podcasts that we have created, the videos that we put out there, the books we have written, the board member that we have really taken on the responsibilities for. All of that is our commitment to making a difference, and more to come on that. We are hungry to creating an impact all over the planet. And so we just look for resources. And resources not only about the money side of it, but the time is in a very important part of it. So I always encourage people to look for opportunities. There are one I want to also talk about Idaho Food Bank, right? The Nick Anthony, like he is the champion. The blood bank, the what we have done, what we had here, Red Cross, right? They came in. We just want to support those guys. So in every way possible, we just want to get aligned with the communities because we care so much. Without them, there's no reason to even be an entrepreneur. There is no reason to have a business. Businesses are being created, should be created in our world for sure. That is the reason to help employees, help people that we serve, and the community that we live in. And that's our commitment. That has been the case and will continue to be the case for us.
Love that. I have two more questions for you. So the first one is we'll start with there's been some exciting acknowledgments for you personally and also the company. Do you want to take a couple minutes just to celebrate and share?
Yeah, I think definitely. And when you do few things, you get few things in return, but you don't do things, to get those things, right? Acknowledgement and accolades and rewards and prizes is part and parcel of creation. So I'm fortunate and I feel blessed to be one of the top 500 leaders in Idaho. I feel literally I'm grateful. I'm an immigrant, right? It came from India in to Idaho '99, and not even having kids at that time. Viju and I had really made this home. I always says India was my birthplace, US and Idaho is my workplace. And 27, I was 27-year-old when I came to Idaho. And I've been in Idaho for the last 27 years. So it's just a split in between my childhood and adulthood. So I'm fortunate and I'm grateful. I feel blessed to be one of those leaders in Idaho. And it's a blessing and responsibility both. And I'm so committed for this community, and I'll continue to make a difference. And for our company, we have been 9 times. We have been in the Inc. 5000 list, one of the fastest growing privately held company in Americas. This was our ninth time. You you can't make that happen until you really create possibilities for people. There is a Brendan Dawson, his name, and he talked about he's a business coach that 97% companies never cross $3 million revenue, right? Never. More than 12 people. So only 3%, 31.5 million companies in the US right now, right? Out of which 3%, like if you do the math of 3%, we are talking about less than a million companies ever cross $3 million mark. And we are one of those fortunate companies. And so Inc. 5000 is an acknowledgement towards a ongoing growth. And we started the company from nothing and we crossed $38 million this year, has been the blessing. So we getting Inc. 5000 award was great. We got best places to work in India, and we have been in Idaho for a long time in both micro, small, medium, and large categories. So we have been this year we didn't even apply because we just like moved on now and we are creating other possibilities. But we are always the best places to work in the places that we live in. There are many more awards that we have got, but end of the day, what is important is that you don't work for awards. You work for making a difference, and awards and accolades come in. So for me, I think that's what I would like to share. These are some of the highlights that we have got for ourselves. And I just want to leave you, Mac, and for our employees and all the people who are going to listen to this conversation and watch this video, is that if you are someone who has taken on things, right? Whether you are a player on the field in a sports analogy or an entrepreneur in the business community, you do what you love to do and just do it and do it right and do it consistently, all times, all places, for all people. And you will see how many people will notice you, right? And then prizes and award will come towards you. So I appreciate all the thing that has come to us and our commitment to continue to create, whether a few things come to us or not. That's not the goal. And I can commit to you, Mac, and through you to everybody, that we are here to creating possibilities for everybody around.
Absolutely. Is there, as we kind of wrap things up, is there anything additionally that you would like to share?
Yeah, definitely. So I would like to talk about what is ahead, like what to look forward to. And I think for me, 2026 is an exciting year for us. We got an internal workforce which is quite aligned. Everybody's performing at the highest possible level. So now we got a core team in place everywhere. So our cost structure, our team structure, our no, the leadership team and the mindset is solid. Our core is solid now. So 2026, we are just going to take off. What we have seen in 2021, that's what I see. So I see IT TrackNav, we are launching a new business in Americas. So that's very exciting. AeroSuite is very exciting. NextGen AgTech is very exciting. Cardo Suite is very exciting. So these are four major product look for team, right? These are the four major launches. They've been kind of in the marketplace, but we are just going to put more fuel in this fire and doubling down in many ways. So those four things. And then ZNet in India. Like I share about Akamai Security, like that's a large distribution business we are building over there. So those are five businesses, right? Along with our non-US geography expansion. This year we did about $4 million, right? And then I would like to see that we go to $6 or $8 million next year. Each of these businesses that I talked about achieving $1 million ARR, annual recurring revenue, about that one. So product non-US. And then 50 state strategy, right? 49 state that we talked about, adding 10 more states into that. So those all are very exciting things that we are up to creating. And then we are going back to our core services business in a very different way. Like definitely solutions business, we are going to expand ourselves to other states. Dan and I just talked yesterday. In fact, Brian Klein and Dan and I talked about certain things that we are taking on to expand that business. So I'm very excited about software solutions business. On the services side, Michelle is just taking it on, right? She's spearheading a call campaigns, right? So she's working with our marketing team, Eric and Rachel, and then Girish on the India side to provide solutions. We are not going to sell traditional services. We are going to provide solutions and we are going to tell people, okay, if you are in a food business, how do we help you to predict the perishable goods that you might be having, but people never run out any product from their shelf. So how do we predict what kind of things that you will be needing? So that's a campaign we are running, and we are seeing so much success out there. There are at least 5 to 8 more campaigns are on the docker right now. And then I talked with Rachel yesterday about that, and Michelle is going to work closely. We're going to launch 3 campaigns a week, having a one high campaign a week, 4 in a concurrent way, having a whole engine behind it to support those from the back office. So very, very exciting times. So software services business, software solutions business, non-US geography business, India business, product business, and all the things that we have got on the team level, management level, leadership level, board level. Can't wait to start 2026 because it's going to be a bumper year for us.
It's fantastic, Jeet. Thank you so much for your time and your sharing and reviewing all of 2025, helping us to look forward and be enthusiastic about what's coming in 2026. And gosh, we're all just with you. Let's
No,
go.
thank you very much, Megan. Thank you for being my chief of staff, taking on this role. Right, I'm not an easy person to work with, and you are making it work in every way possible. And so I'm so looking forward to partnering with you also to create things, because I need a person like you who has a being and a doing, right? Both the being, which is completely level out, and the doing, the commitment of the capabilities. So I'm looking forward to partnering with you because I need someone like you as a chief of staff to take care of the things that I want to create, and I'm just looking forward to what we are going to create together, and for the global arena that we are going to play this game with.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you very much. So
Thank
thank
you,
you for the
Jeet.
conversation. I appreciate it. Thank you.